Aliens, huh? Alright, I can make sense of this. Watch me. Shonen manga stories are not supposed to end. You are supposed to write it out until it is either begging for death or you are. That's how the industry works. You think Toriyama kept making more Dragon Ball Z because that story was begging to be told? Do you honestly think that Dragon Ball Super was a thing that needed to exist for any other reason other than Kazuhiko Torishima needing to buy another house? If we keeping it a buck, most of Toriyama's output beyond the Cell Saga is just him putting his editor's children through school and putting clothes on everybody at Shueisha's backs. It's all very ugly and cynical and I hate it. I'm not very fond of this man. I'm glad his trend of over-serialization into dog shit is finally dying away. I love that stories end. Even stuff that is meant for children deserves a clean ending. They too must grapple with the reality of what it means to be a living thing. This is why I love Demon Slayer so much. That story could have gone on for 200 more chapters easily. Jujutsu Kaisen too. You could sandwich hidden inventory between 100 chapters and it would work perfectly. But the fact that Akutami didn't do that and just ended it how and when he did feels real. It's not what I expected, but I have to respect it. Jujutsu Kaisen didn't win so many hearts by being a story you could predict. I love it, yes, but much like a mother who beats you, my love for the story has a few caveats. I really wish he didn't rush through it like he did. The breakneck pace does lead to some really crazy escalation, which is fun to watch, but it leads to a lot of dangling plot threads that never get resolved or have to get hastily tucked in at the end. Remember the American military deployment to Japan? Remember how they just kinda led nowhere? You can't promise me JSOC versus demons and then not deliver on that, man. That's gotta be some kind of literary malpractice. Gege strikes me as the kind of writer who starts with an ending in mind and then just kind of freeballs his way into it. The anecdote about Maki's transformation and the comments from his editor and Yuta and Rika's whole thing after the arc he goes through in Zero comes to mind. Nigga, did you release her or not? Did you curse this bitch again? That's cold as fuck. She's 10 years old, man. What the fuck? The way the story ended really left me wanting for more. More of these characters, more of this world, more of its nen-autism fights. And so when Modulo was announced, I was very excited. Confused and a little scared, but excited. Seeing the words aliens next to a story about Jujutsu Kaisen that takes place in a Legend of Korra-esque advanced future did put a bit of a strange feeling in my stomach, but my faith held firm. This will not be another Boruto. It can't be. We can't do that again. Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo is good, very good. It not only stands on its own as a solid piece of work so far, but it adds to its predecessor. The fate of the old cast and the interesting ways this world has developed because of their actions dovetails so nicely into base JJK in a way that I did not expect would ever happen. But hey, where are my manners? Let's have a synopsis for the girl watching this. Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo follows the lives of Yuka and Tsurugi Okotsu, two nepo baby first years at Jujutsu High who become unwilling planetary diplomats when aliens come to Earth seeking refuge from their tear-jerking One Piece backstory. Now, the two children must navigate the complex world of modern necrotized Jujutsu society along with the looming threat of annihilation. Will they achieve harmony? Can Samurian and human (Japanese) live together despite their different, kinda adversarial relationships to the supernatural? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. I think I nailed that. So much of what drew me to Jujutsu Kaisen was its grim world and its greater implications of the kind of culture that this world can produce. I made some extrapolations that didn't end up panning out because of how narrow Gege's focus ended up being, but I was kinda right, so we take those, I guess. Please refer to my kind of bad video about Jujutsu Kaisen that got way too many views, oh my god. The overall thesis in that video still stands though, and I'm really proud of that. The final chapter of the story, revealing that every simple domain user is an unwilling participant in a binding vow with some old fart who is siphoning their life so we can live an unnaturally long life, is such a perfect distillation of the parasitic nature of old conservative traditional hierarchy. It's right there in G-pen and graph paper, writ large, and it's beautiful. Modulo expands on this characterization of the old fuck's will to power and its necrotizing effects on society in ways that I did not expect in a Japanese comic book made for teenagers. Okay, peep game. Following the events of the Culling Games and Gojo's big face-off with Sukuna, Japan not only let the cat out of the bag with the whole cursed spirit thing, but they gained leverage in the international community through the signing of a paranormal resolution, a security treaty, basically. This made them a world superpower again, and it made the Japanese government rest on their laurels. This complacency festers into a reignition of Japanese nationalism, now fueled by what I'm led to assume is a demon natsec boom economy. I love writing. This has probably done horrible things for that whole Japanese eugenics thing that they had going on in the 40s. One downside of being the only people with superpowers though is that you become an extremely hot commodity on the global human trafficking market, as is illustrated here by washed bum number 1. This place still sucks, man. I love how despite the violent change in management and merging of the two massive families, this society is still irredeemably horrible. Gege is so fucking cool. He should read Antonio Gramsci. He's already like halfway through recreating cultural hegemony for Japanese children. He's so good. Satoru Gojo's kids being the new heads of the Shadow State didn't do very much to remove the malignant tumors at its core. It just made it slightly different. Incrementalism joke here. The world is still built on the suffering of the youth. Tokyo is still brimming with the physical manifestation of everyone's worst feelings. The people are racist and the sorcerers are washed. The Cimmerians show up with a sorcerer strong enough to kick all of them into tomorrow. And the only solution anyone can think of is, oh my god, where is Itadori Yuji? And where is Itadori Yuji? Well, unlike the rest of his compatriots who got comfortable positions and aged into being custodians of their society's managed decline, Yuji has been 17 for the past 60 years due to his cursed womb-adjacent biology. And because he has no other purpose and nothing else for him beyond watching all of his friends age and die, he's resigned himself to being the nigga that do what he do better than anybody who's ever done it in like 300 years. Itadori Yuji is a machine that turns cursed spirits into nothing. He's the wolf that never sleeps, blessed with both the Kamo bloodline technique that he learned from his brother and the cleave that Sukuna left enshrined on his soul. He's kind of a nuke in Jujutsu society, a kind of lone traveler with the power to destroy everyone who just kind of keeps to himself and kills demons because that's all he knows how to do. It's all really tragic. The story of Jujutsu Kaisen is about the continued suffering and grief of Itadori Yuji. This dude's grandfather definitely cursed him when he said that shit on his deathbed because oh my god, man. I love that he's just recused himself from the constant power struggles endemic to Jujutsu society because Gojo did that and all it got him was unimaginable blood on his hands. The saddest thing about the story of Job isn't the famine or disease or the death of his children. It's that he doesn't know that he's the butt of a very cruel joke. Do you think he would have built any meaningful relationships if he knew God was betting over his children's corpses? The world is every bit as evil and grim as we left it, and yet this is more hopeful than the story in Jujutsu Kaisen, because the Cimmerians are here. The Cimmerians are a race of alien refugees who are the other recipients of cursed energy but without cursed spirits, really. What they have are Kalians, these immortal creatures that share a spiritual link with them and no one else. Other aliens are always at risk of being eaten by these creatures. This, as you can imagine, has created some racial tensions, because when the other aliens retaliate against the Kalians for, eating their children, the Cimmerians also feel the pain due to their sympathetic psychic link. So when the Kalians die, the pain they feel is so extreme it causes them to cry from their third eye. This tear is imbued with concentrated cursed energy and it will either kill them or cause them insane brain damage. The slight difference in the humans and Cimmerian relationship to cursed energy means that the philosophy around how they deploy their powers is completely different. The Kalians see the curses being exercised in Tokyo and they physically react to the death like they would Kalians. It's so fucking good. I'm not gonna get into the whole Kalian deal because the story's not yet done and I'm still gonna make another one of these. It's gonna be much longer and much more research heavy, so that will come in due time. But for now, we here right now. It did take time to get used to how clean this manga looks. Akutami Gege, even at his most refined, makes gritty and angular work. This felt almost foundational to the Jujutsu experience when I was reading it. So seeing someone else on the art was not surprising, knowing how bad it gets in these shonen manga streets, but I didn't think it'd be this clean. Don't get me wrong, Yuji Iwasaki is an extremely good artist. Having worked with Nichio Ishin, he should be used to communicating insane ideas meant to be understood by one person and to be stumbled through by everybody else. His art is extremely dynamic, and that was one of the things that made Cypher Academy less of a chore to read. Man, Cypher Academy is... that was not gonna succeed, holy shit. The clean lines kind of make for a lot of dissonance when it's Jujutsu Kaisen that I'm reading, but Iwasaki's so obviously skilled that it's no shocker he was the one who got chose. His art is the kind you could get from like 5 other mangaka, but with a decent writer he can be directed to make some crazy shit. He's a lot like Takeshi Obata in that case. I'm just really glad this is good because the striking resemblance it bears to Boruto was really not doing it any favors. Fuck it, let's talk about Boruto. This is a Boruto video now. Man, Boruto is fucking terrible. It's ass. It's so bad. It's insane how bad it is both conceptually and in practice. The first video I ever did was my lamentation on the way that Naruto ended, among many other things. I'm always bad at staying on topic as a writer. I walked around with that dissatisfaction of the Naruto ending for damn near 5 years before I put it out into the world because fuck man, look at this fucking garbage. I maintain to this day that Naruto was never really meant to be Hokage. Not really. All the kid on that swing ever really wanted was to be loved and respected and to achieve strength and skill, and the highest possible peak that could be was the Hokage. Like, the minutia of the position was never really interesting to him, it was just what it could get him. After he beat Pain, he circumvented the demon he was cursed with as a child, gaining power through his own strength and tutelage from the support system he clawed and fought to build. This nigga didn't really aspire to be the absent father to a spoiled brat who's swamped under paperwork. Naruto should have ended here. If Kishimoto hadn't lost the mandate of heaven, he would have seen that and either did the right thing or not turned the Shinobi War into what it was. I hate Boruto, man. I hate the stylistic inconsistencies. I hate the character on the tankobon. I hate having to reread it again for this YouTube video. I'm probably not, actually. Fuck that shit. If you like it, more power to you. There is power in having bad taste. Look at John Waters. That guy rules. But this is cheeks. I'm sorry. It's so bad. Fuck. It just is what it is though. Like, that's just what the industry demands. And this is what makes what Akutami and Iwasaki are pulling off right now so remarkable to me. The craziest thing about Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo isn't even the alien or the child with brain cancer doing the kamikaze attack on said alien, or the strangely sensual fight scene between the alien and the demon that the child summons. It's the fact that it's so good. Hey, thank you for watching. You can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram. I'm posting a lot of art on there. I'm posting a lot of behind the scenes. I'm still working on the Martian Manhunter video. I hate that I'm taking so long to make videos because I'm only one guy. Like, animating takes a very long time. That's why there's no animated skits in this video, because nigga. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I have to start saying that now, apparently,